What is the top one? Explosion.
Welcome to the show, guys. Welcome to Saturday. We're so excited that you're here. Honestly, we're kind of amazed that we made it here.
Yes.
Not gonna lie.
I'm here, but I'm not here.
Good morning from Sydney. Hey.
I'm still sleeping in the airplane.
Good afternoon from overcast but warm Seattle. Hey, kids.
Go Seattle.
Yay.
What's
up,
up,
everyone? Good evening, DNF. How was Sound Good visit? Funny you should ask. It was a fantastic trip. We got a lot done in a very short period of time. We flew out there for Smash Force Productions, which, for those of you who don't know, is the production side of all of this that makes this possible. That's where all the bills go to, which is a company that I own, not 5-star. And so they hired us to go out. We're making a commercial for them, along with just some basic bumper type stuff that they needed. So we went out there and took care of that, which was a lot of fun. Hopefully we'll get to do more with them in the future because it's a beautiful area.
Good afternoon.
What is up, Brad? But anyways, no, we had a fantastic trip. What's up? And Austin stopped by, and we got to talk to him. Apparently, I made him laugh for a little while.
For a lot.
I have that effect on people.
Yeah,
it's very weird. I don't know where it comes from. But no, I had a great time. Thanks for coming out and saying hi. That was great. Dan came by.
Yeah,
and we got to spend a couple minutes with Dan. That was. But no, it was fantastic. They live in a really beautiful part of Tennessee.
Dan stopped by, so that was fantastic.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Very hot Southern California. I understand.
I can imagine.
See, this was the bad part, is that the weather there was beautiful for us. I had to throw that in there, because for them it was kind of warm, but for us it was fantastic. Like, they're sitting there going, "Oh my God, I'm dying. It's so hot. We need to turn on the air conditioner." I'm going, "Can we open the door back up again?" Like, it's getting stuffy in here.
It was good.
It was good.
It was fantastic.
What's happening?
What up?
And then last night I got to watch the ending of, was it Bachelor Party 3? Is that what that was called? Bachelor Party? Yeah, isn't that it? Yeah.
No.
Chow. Vegas.
Yes. Shoot.
I thought it was Bachelor Party. It's not Bachelor Party? Anyways, yeah. Someone will tell us. Hangover 3.
Yeah, same thing.
Same thing. Yeah.
Same
so I haven't seen 3, so I caught the ending of it. So,
what's up, Miguel?
What's up, guys? How did the enclosure sound? Oh my God, dude.
I did. That's impossible.
Sick.
Impossible.
So, for those of you that didn't follow our little trip on Instagram, you might want just wait till Monday or Tuesday. Wait till Tuesday, because Monday's a holiday. We won't be here, thank God. Which we'll talk about in a couple minutes, that whole experience. But the enclosure that he made was a 6 sixes and a ported enclosure underneath the seat of
it's 6s or 6.5?
6, which is
okay.
6, whatever.
Sure.
6-inch subwoofers. Underneath the rear seat of the F-150, they're the 1087s that we saw in the Colorado earlier, like last month, from Mobile Solutions. So obviously he's like, I want to make a box for 6, ported 6 6s, bolted into the factory bolts underneath the back seat, which highly recommend. And so you had to bolt the box down, and then the 6s went in, and oh my God, dude,
very impressive.
Like, these things play so low, like sick, sickly low. It's so cool. But yeah, it was incredible. I was
not expecting that.
I kind of was, because I heard the Colorado, and the Colorado was impressive, and that was 2.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking 6. This is gonna be stupid.
Yeah.
And so when we turned it on and it was stupid, I was like, damn. Like, And the Colorado, what made that work so well too was that like the seat, it becomes the rack for the seat.
Mm-hmm.
And that box was heavy because like the sides of that were all solid. It wasn't like it was hollow. Okay. So there was a lot of extra weight in that box to keep it on the floor. Mm-hmm. Like there was a lot of dead weight in that box because the box itself was small.
That's great.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Bobby's at Disneyland. I'll be at Magic Kingdom later today.
Very cool.
So if you have questions, we have answers. So now would be a great time to get them in while we're just kind of saying hi to everyone. And before we dig too deep into this, I would like to pull up our sponsor. First sponsor, of course. This guy. Wait, why did I do that? It's this button right here. Sorry, I'm tired. Yeah. Moscone-America.com. Now, all of this was powered, the Sage system, or Sounds Good system from Sage and the Boys, was all powered by Moscone Power because Moscone Power. Yeah. And it was fantastic. Like lots of power. 1,000 watts on 6 6s. Dude, it was so cool.
That was phenomenal.
It was sick.
Yeah.
It will not be, will my 300 watt terms do well on 3 8-inch Scar subs? I honestly have no idea. That would scare me, not gonna lie. Mm-hmm. That's 1,000 watts in 8. Do their 8s even handle 1,000 watts? Ooh, do you think? See, I feel like this would be a perfect time to kind of like flash the piece that we have over there. Grab that. Grab that. It's sitting right there. Because I don't even know if it's a real piece yet.
Yeah.
But it's okay, because they didn't tell us we couldn't. You know? All right.
Yeah.
Cue up your things.
Oh, okay, hang on.
Cue up your thing. We got something I got to show you. Okay. No, don't even check. It doesn't even matter.
Really?
If it's not real, it's okay.
Okay.
What are they going to do? Tell us we shouldn't have done it?
Yes.
That's after the fact.
You're going to get sued?
No. They didn't tell me I couldn't. Okay, hold on, guys.
Hang on.
So I got right.
What do you do? That one?
No, do the drum roll.
Okay.
Drum roll.
All right.
All right, ready? Right direction. Oh, ready?
Are you want to remove your just for a second?
All right, hold on. Let me remove that. All right,
just for a second.
Hold on. I got to show you guys this. All right, let me just that way. Okay, ready?
Ready?
Here we go. Boom. Okay.
Okay.
Put that back.
And everybody's supposed to eat? No?
I have no idea. That was rude, though. That was bad. That might have been bad. That might be bad.
No.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, we got questions. All right, cool. You guys are asking questions. Ooh. We were kind of playing around. I apologize. Anyways, Moscone Power. Head over to Moscone-America.com and see what amplifiers they have for you, DSPs, and all that fun stuff. So a great thing about Tennessee is Haiti Bees, or Nashville Hot Chicken. I don't think they had one. Well, where we were at, Mo.
I just want to say we went to the shop.
Yeah.
Work all day.
Yeah.
And then we get out until like 9.
Yeah. So everything in this town closes at like 8 o'clock. Okay. So the only restaurants that were open when we left. So we get up. So Sage would pick us up at 7:30. And we'd work all day filming and working on the car and getting everything all set up, staging the shots, doing all the producer crap that we do. And then we would leave. And the only thing that was open when we would leave, which was about midnight, 10 o'clock one night, is like Waffle House. So one night we went to Waffle House, which I've not been to Waffle House. This is the second time I've been to Waffle House. The first time I've had waffles. Yeah, they do make good waffles. I was impressed. I enjoyed my waffle very much. And then we went to Buffalo Wild Wings because they were open to 1 a.m. And then, really?
Come on, man.
Are you kidding me?
Amateur.
Yeah.
How's your wonderful day going?
My day is going great. You're live.
I'm live?
Yeah, we're doing a live show right now, so you're live. Say hi to the world.
Hi, world.
There you go.
Just wave.
Just wave.
I did. You didn't see me?
Yeah. We're kind of talking about the trip.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you have a good time?
Oh, we had a fantastic time.
Yeah.
Great. Me too. No sleep.
Yeah. Team no sleep.
Team no sleep.
Team no sleep.
That's right.
Sage slept outside in the truck.
Yeah. He dropped us off at 11:30, and he had to pick us up at 4:30. He goes, "Oh, goody."
I'm just gonna go to sleep here.
I went back to sleep.
I bet you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have.
Yep.
Very cool.
So you guys must be up and at 'em.
No, we're very tired. We're very tired.
I bet.
Yeah. So we're on afterburner right now.
There you go. Yep,
But-
I didn't have to work today.
Dick.
Nobody likes you.
I never have to work today.
Yes. You're welcome.
Yeah. Nobody cares, man.
Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad.
I appreciate you guys. I had a really, really great time though.
No, thank you for having us out.
Same, buddy. Thank you.
Absolutely. Anytime.
All right. Well, yeah. Okay.
See you next week.
See you next week. Have
All right, man.
a good one, guys.
All right.
All right,
See
man.
ya.
Take it.
Bye. Look at that. Coinky. It's a small world.
I know. Oh.
Haley said that was anticlimactic. Oh, well. Sucks to be Haley. At least it wasn't my dad. But he already got a truck. Okay. So anyways, get your questions in, guys, and we'll do that. D&D or Sage and Preston. I'm too tired. I gotta be honest with you.
Actually, that's better because
tired.
now it's like slow.
No, I am so tired,
try
man.
to
I am holding on by a thread.
Try. Just try.
Hey guys, just want to say you're all stupid. I had a great time. Let's go to Waffle House. Oh, it was Mount Juliet, right? Mount Juliet?
Mount Julia.
Mount Juliet.
Julia.
Either way.
Yeah.
If you're driving through Tennessee and you have anything associated with your name and your license plate, like you're wanted, if you got to pay something, you skip town, whatever.
Bad hombre.
Do not stop at Mount Juliet. They will arrest you immediately. So as soon as you get off the off ramp, dude, they have tag scanning. So and they have cops that literally just sit around and wait to arrest you. It is the craziest thing I've ever seen. Like we were in Waffle House, which is right off the interstate, and the cop, like we were only there for like an hour, eating something before we went back to the hotel in the bed, and the cop went through the parking lot 4 times.
It went to the parking lot, go around to the gas station,
Then go across the street to Buffalo Wild Wings,
and then come back.
And then come back.
Yeah,
and they just kept doing that the whole time, and it was like, and all they're doing is scanning flags, and I'm not like talking. They have like cameras that just scan the tags and run. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah,
but
crazy.
yeah, no, it was.
But
nuts.
the town is really.
Oh
nice.
my god, it's such a nice place.
So nice.
It was good.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
that was one. Anyways, so Sage's call kind of trumped the one thing that we were showing you, which is Okay, so anyways, some of you guys, I don't even know if that's available. It might be available. I don't know. We're playing with it right now for them. It might be pre-production. I mean, there's another one out there.
Exist.
It might not exist. I just showed you something that doesn't exist. I don't know. Let's just be quiet about it, not like ask them, because then they'll be like, "How do you know?" And then we'll get in trouble, and I don't want that to happen. So
it's like that's you in the video. No, that's not me.
No,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I didn't see it. So let's just all agree to not say anything. Okay. Evening. So adding a second AGM battery under the hood. Should I use one of those for the dedicated battery for the audio, or share the load between them? I have a 400 amp alternator and a 5K amp for subs and 1K for me. So typically what I would do when installing a second battery, no matter how big this is, if you have the main start battery, you have a relay that is between them, and then you have the second battery. And the convenience is they're both underneath the hood. That makes things a lot easier. And then I would hook the system up to the second battery. Okay. The relay is there so that if the engine isn't running, the two are not connected. So you have a primary start battery, and think of it as a boat. You have a primary start battery, and then you have the system battery. So if you just have the car on, the two batteries should not be connected because the engine isn't running. Most of the new relays have current sensing built into them, so they know when the car is running. If it doesn't, that's what an ING3 is for. That'll give you a switched power that is switched when it senses the alternator increase the voltage in the car. So there's that. That's a pretty neat feature in a lot of these new relays. Anyways, so when the car is just on in the parking lot, and you're banging away for the 5 minutes you get to play it, then you can still start up your car and drive away. But when you start up your car, the two batteries become one. Wonder Twin power is activated, and you can use both. The system will draw from both because it doesn't know the difference between the two. It's just all one big reservoir of power to draw from. It's more a safety feature so that you can drive home after you've showed off in the parking lot for 15, 20 minutes, right? Because then you look like a fool. Ha! Nobody wants that. So anyways, that'd be the best way to do it. Make sure you use proper fusing between the batteries and whatnot.
What's up, Patrick?
I've said this a few years ago. I wish we could get Dean and Fernando to rewire the world. I don't have that kind of time. I got to be honest. There are some people that do a really good job that I wouldn't mind recruiting to do it, maybe to help. Because there are some really, there's some really good Marine guys out there. There's obviously some really nice 12-volt guys out there.
They are.
You just need people that care and are willing to sacrifice the time that it takes to do it, because it is a lot of work.
Yeah.
But I agree with you on that. There's some shoddy work. Thank God they put drywall up over your house, right? Because
rewiring the world. One car at a time.
If I had to look at my house, I would be like, oh my God. Do
you ever try
rewiring a house?
Yeah.
I don't want to.
No, really?
No.
Why not?
It sucks.
It should be fun.
No. No, it is not fun.
On,
man. Had to rewire and make sure I was seeing what I thought I saw. And it wasn't good.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't either. Okay.
Okay.
Where are we at? What would you recommend for 2016 Nissan Rogue with Bose audio? Nothing too extreme. So Bose audio is basically, it has a center channel, tweeter, mid bass, coaxial, subwoofer, and the spare tire, which isn't too bad. It's not great. It's not too bad. It's an EV out back, backing up, letting the world know that it's an EV. So the spare tire sub would be nice. It depends on how loud you want to get, but if you'd like to keep all your space but get more bass from that, that's where you look at like JBL. JBL makes a spare tire sub. Diamond Audio makes a spare tire sub. We actually have the Diamond Audio. We did a review on that because it's in Haley's car right now. She absolutely loves it. It's getting powered off of a Key 500.1. So get the on-amplified version of it and put your own power on it. Way better move. iData makes the interface. So if you have the 360 cam or any camera action in that, you can upgrade the radio easily enough using the iData. Just make sure you get like an iData radio, Kenwood, Sony, whatever you want to put in the dash. Would be nice there. And honestly, you could do almost the whole Kenwood system in it if you wanted from that point. Like you could get 803.5 to power the whole system, or just do front stage. They make the components up front that are really nice. You do want to look at something. You don't have to Kenwoods. I mean, you can do anything you want. Auditor would also be really nice. The Focal auditor would be nice. The tweeters are inside and the mid bass is in the door. So Kenwoods, you would have to like put the crossovers in the car and do all that nonsense. So if you want something that's like two pieces, that would be like the auditor or the Focal auditor, or the you could do the Tempo. No, not the Tempo. The Maximo HEs from Morel. That'd be really nice. So or you could go all kicker. Do kicker downfiring sub in the back. Not go underneath and do like the Comp RT 110 or 112 or 18 downfiring. They make an amplified version of that. I prefer the non-amplifier to go with the 5-channel of some kind. So there's a lot of options that aren't gonna kill the bank. So JL sub, spare tire sub is on back order. Oh, that sucks. Should you match the RMS power of your speakers to your amp or slightly overpower them? Reasoning behind either decision. Jerome, that is a fantastic question that has plagued the world since the dawn of time. And I'm going to do this real quick before I forget. Bring up our next sponsor, which is Audio Control. Find them at audiocontrol.com. The new Epicenter Micro Pro is now available, so make sure you head over there and pick yourself up one because you want better bass. Yeah. Anyways, so recommended power, RMS power, root mean squared power, whatever you want to call it, and then amplifier power. So in a perfect world, back in the day, you'd buy an amplifier that said it was 50 watts by 4, and you'd buy a speaker that handles 50 watts. And you put the two together, and you'd be like, oh, this is pretty cool, right? And it'd sound good, and everyone would be happy. And then everybody started to lie. My amplifier doesn't do 50 watts, it does 100 watts. Well, it really only does 50 watts. Or my amplifier does 75 watts, but it really does 120 watts. And then my speakers can handle 50 watts, but no, they can actually handle 100 watts, or my 50 watt speakers can only 15 watts. So it just became a crazy mess of like, what? And that's when it became like, okay, so now I need to worry about setting my gain properly. And it was like, okay, yeah, but if you have an amplifier that does more power than the speakers can actually handle and you have no way to really know, so then I was like, okay, so we'll dyno it. And it's like, okay, well, you can't dyno a speaker because you need a clipple for that. Okay, so all of these things are happening there all the time. Okay, so my recommendation is to not so much worry about that, okay, because it's not that important anymore. It's still nice, but for the reality of it is I haven't looked at like power ratings on anything in a very long time because it doesn't mean anything. And why? And let me explain why. Okay, so let's say you go out and you buy an amplifier, an audio control altitude 5-channel, all right, the 1105. Okay, and it has power. It's like 70, 75, or 100 by whatever, 110. It's a lot of power. And so you buy that, and now you got to like match it up to speakers and stuff like that. No, you don't. You really don't. You're going to go buy your speakers. You're going to buy whatever speakers, the best speakers you can get, just like you're going to buy the best amplifier you can get. And now here's the scenario. You put it in the car, okay, and you turn it up. Gains are down. You turn it up, all right? And let's say you have a good source unit. So you bought the 5-volt source unit, or you have a whatever, okay? So we're just going to assume you have a good source unit. And you turn it up. And the speakers are loud. And you have the proper crossover, so we have to assume you have the proper crossover. And the speakers are loud, and they are screaming. And you're like, damn, this is good. Okay? This is what I want. Now, you say, but there might be a little bit more in the back, right? A little more junk in the trunk.
Always.
There's always a little more. So then you turn it up, and then you start playing with your gains a little bit because those amplifiers have distortion lights. You're like, let's get it to the distortion light. So then you turn it up, and then you go back to the volume, and you're like, holy crap! And then your speakers might go or the mic go or the mic go, and you're like, ooh, I don't want that. So you turn the gain back down. So what has happened now is the speakers can handle whatever that power was, which you have no idea of knowing, at the first when you turned it on with the gains down extremely low. Okay, it could handle that, and it was loud, and it was great, and everything was fine. Okay, so you're happy. You've left it alone. You paid no attention to any of the numbers because at the end of the day, it didn't matter. Now, on the opposite side of that, this is where power being king is the most important thing. So I guess, yes, you want to definitely buy something that has more power than what you actually need so that you don't have to play with the gains and whatnot. So now you get a different scenario where you get these speakers that are inefficient, okay? And you're like, oh, man, it's not loud. So then you start, okay, let's turn it up and get it to where the light clips. So you keep turning up, light clips, and you're like, oh. And right at that moment, before the light clips, your speakers are sounding amazing. And you're like, awesome. So you accidentally matched up and got the right amount of power. So two different scenarios, two different scenarios, but same outcome because it's just what it is, So if you want to pay attention to how much power things have as a reference point, which we used to do back in the early days of car audio, it was important. Now it doesn't mean anything, especially when you add DSP to this equation. It means nothing because with a DSP amplifier, keep in mind, you have plus or minus 12 dBs of adjustment in the EQ. In some of these, and some you might actually have plus 12 and minus 24. So, and there's no gain, there's level and there's input sensitivity. And sometimes they'll have an extra 6 dB of boost in the output. So conceivably in some DSP amplifiers, you can get 6 dB in the volume just by going from 0 up 6 dB. If you're a up tuner in the EQ, you have 12 dB capability there. You're definitely not going to use 12, but maybe 6. So there's 12 dB as a boost if you went up 6 dBs there. And then depending on what your input is, you might be running a hot signal into it. There's a lot of boost that can be had throughout it. So as long as it's not clipping or distorting, I think distorting is a better word. Clipping is a funny one. As long as it's not distorting, like you have tons of power. Like this little tiny Blackbird, and it has all this power. And you're like, well, it only says it's like, 100 watts or 75 watts or something like that. It's like, yeah, it definitely is not. So I don't lose any sleep over that. Hey, Dean and Fernando.
What's up?
How you guys doing? What's up, El Fernando? Fernandez? I don't know why I said El Fernando because I'm tired. Anyway, I don't know if that helped, but it's kind of my argument for why I don't pay attention to that anymore. Now, subwoofer wise, this all goes out the window. I mean, obviously, you don't want to buy a 3,000 watts and a 250 watt subwoofer because that's just stupid. So this is more mids and highs things. So, yeah. Do you boost or cut in the DSP EQ and why? So this is funny. Okay, so there again, great question, Austin. And I cut or I leave it alone. And this is okay. So here's what happens. This happens every damn time. Every time it never fails. Okay, so I'm tuning the left, all right? Because I'm tuning the left and I get it the way I want it. I'm all excited. Woo, left looks good. I immediately go to the right, and the right looks like crap. There's a dip somewhere. And I'm like, oh my God, there's a dip. And so at that point, I always go to myself, I should boost a little bit. I should just boost it. Just boost it to get it up to the other one. Knowing damn well it's a fake read. It's a false read. That sound is there. It's just not, the mic is not getting it. And I know it's there. But I'm going to boost it anyways because I'm a glutton for punishment. So I'll get it to, I boosted it, yay. And then I'll sum the two together. And as soon as I sum the two together, all of a sudden it just goes, holy shit, and it's back. And now I have to cut again. Because, if I went up 3 dB, I'm coming down 4. So the lesson learned is, don't even bother. If the energy isn't there to match the other one, just leave it for now. Just leave it at 0. And then sum the two together and see what happens. Because more than likely it's there. It's just the microphone isn't seeing it. Whatever microphone you're using, whatever array you're using, whatever magical tool you're using, it's there. It's not like the speaker isn't putting out that sound. It's just something is in the way. And then when you combine the two and it's able to couple with the other and do its coupling, yeah, we like the couple, it gets loud and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm fine. So, yeah, I like to, I'm a cutter. Just always, like, I got blood on my fingers today. I don't know how I did it, but yeah, I like to cut. On the audio control D4800 or the D61200, can I run 2 channels at 2 ohm and the others at 4 ohm? Looking through the manual, it doesn't seem to address this. Thanks. This is another fantastic question. All right, let's kind of look at this for a minute. We'll paint a picture because we like to paint pictures here. So let's say I go out, Fernando, and I buy your favorite set of speakers, which is the
K2s.
Focal K2s. One of the reasons why they're called K is for Kevlar. 2 is for
2 ohm.
That's right. So the mid bass is actually 2 ohm mid bass. Now, I bought a D4800 because I'm doing a front stage upgrade.
You did?
I'm saying no. I mean, technically yes, but no. All right. So you bought a D4800.
Austin bought it.
Austin bought it.
Yeah.
Somebody bought it. Okay, D4800, and you bought an LC 1.800. So you're going to make the monster 1600 watt 5-channel combination.
Fantastic.
Your Kevlar is a 2 ohm mid bass. Your tweeter is a 4 ohm. Do I have any problems, Fernando?
Do you have any problems?
Does the amplifier care?
No.
Not at all. What happens actually is I'm going to get double. I'm going to get my 2 ohm power rating to that mid bass. So if it's 100 watts at 4 ohm and it's 150 watts at 2 ohms, I'm now getting 150 watts, and I'm still getting. Okay, I'm not actually getting 100 watts to my tweeters, but with the 4 ohm load, it's going to give me 4 ohm rated power and 2 ohm rated power, and the amplifier gives Zero cares. Does not care at all.
What's that stage?
Yeah, I know. I was losing my voice. Doesn't care at all. The only thing you have to remember is whatever the ohm load specifications are for the amplifier, you have to abide by them. That is that. So if it gives you a 2 ohm stereo rating, you can run it at 2 ohm, or you can run it at 4 ohm. You can even bridge to the channels and run it at 4 ohm mono. Not 2 ohm mono, it can't do it. Unless it says otherwise, which the D4.800 cannot do. So no, it does not care. None of that matters. As long as you are in spec, whatever that channel is rated for, you'll get more power.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool. But yes, no, that is a fantastic question.
Right.
Brad is having fun. If Brad is answering your questions, guys,
yes.
make sure you do what he says because
pay attention.
Brad is the guy.
Is the guy?
Yeah, he's the guy. He's the guy at ARC. He's the head guy. He's the head beaner leader. We like Brad. Anyways, moving on.
Everybody loves Brad.
Yep. I don't know if everybody loves Brad. I mean, but you know.
And this is what Brad and GS are talking about.
What could cause cancellation in a downfiring subwoofer box, 60 to 80 hertz, no EQ or crossover set? All the equipment is fine. High quality sealed box. That is a good question.
Yeah. So they going through it.
Yeah, no, they're going. That's fantastic. Thank you, Brad, for being Brad.
For helping.
And so that brings us to this. This next segment is brought to you by the fine folks at ARC Audio. ARC Audio has a plethora of DSPs, and just announced this week is the new amplifier that's going in Dean's Mustang. Oh my God, I know what you're saying.
Finally, after 20 years.
20 years, it's here.
It's
upside down. The Falcon has come. This is a 12-channel DSP amplifier.
It's coming in hot.
Oh, yeah, baby. 12 channels of power.
Yeah.
16 channels of DSP. Oh, yeah.
12 channels of power.
12 channels of power, 16 channels of DSP.
110 watts?
This is the big brother to the Blackbird. It didn't even know it had a brother. It just found out this week that it had a brother. It has been a single... Well, it had the adopted child, which is the Nighthawk, which is kind of like, you know, adopted. From a marriage. It's adopted. It doesn't have a DSP, but it looks the same. So, you know, it's kind of like the adopted cousin. Anyways.
Okay, it was the brother or cousin?
You never know. They could be from the South, all right? They could be from our part of the world. Brother, cousin, it's the same person.
What's that, Clint?
Anyways, the big brother, the Falcon, is here. I'm excited. This is definitely going to be now. This is going in my car.
All right, so
yes,
I say 110 watts.
No,
Brad is 120.
What does the box say? 110. Did somebody not read the clip for it? I mean,
120.
Do I need to put a Sharpie on your box that says 110 watts right here?
Maybe that was just a prototype box.
No, I'm pretty sure somebody was just, you know.
Okay.
Anyways, who cares? Point is, it's got tons of power.
Tons.
It's super sexy. It's super small and fun. And on a side note, you can find this at arcaudio.com. On a side note, we also, so for those of you keeping track at home, that is 2 DSP amplifiers released in like 3 weeks. So we got the X2, 808, which is the little brother.
It's a lot of brothers.
Could be the little sister. I don't know. It could be a they. They, them, do.
It's a lot of
Anyways,
stuff.
we got the little sibling, the X2 808. Now we have the Falcon. The other thing that also showed up while we were in Tennessee.
Another kid?
No, this was not. This is a different family member altogether. Was the new JVC 8-inch float screen showed up for the Mustang? Yes, this is what's setting it off. So we're gonna get the new radio. We're gonna have the new amplifier, and the other thing that happened before we left for Tennessee was we parked my car here and we took his to the airport. My car has been starting funny, and when I took it in for an oil change, they said the battery had corrosion on it. So I was like, that's weird. So my battery cracked, and it's been eating the negative battery terminal like cancer for like apparently I don't know how long. So much so that I couldn't even Like the terminal wouldn't even come off the battery. I had to order a new terminal while we were away, and it showed up while we were back. So while we had it in here and we took the battery out of the car and cleaned it all up and did all that fun stuff, I said to Fernando, I said, dude.
Hang on. This is very exciting, guys. Seriously. Like, pay attention. Go for it.
I said, dude, let's run the power wire while we have it apart.
What?
So right now in the front of my car is a big-ass zero gauge because I have a roll of zero gauge. I didn't need a zero gauge for the Falcon. Clearly, I needed like an 8 gauge, but I'm running a zero gauge because I have it.
He's going to put multiple Falcons.
And at some point, there'll probably be way more amplifiers in there than the Falcon. But in hope, I mean, right now I'm keeping my expectations on the Falcon because let's not go out of the world.
Dude, you don't understand. We finally make a hole on a Mustang.
Yeah, and Sage found the files for the subwoofer enclosure.
Wow!
I just have to give him the height. So
yeah, we need fireworks for sure, man.
This could be amazing. We might not even film it. Just want to get it done.
Exactly.
So we'll film the radio install for sure. But anyways, I'm not even worried. I just want to get it in the car. So and for now, it'll probably be on the factory speakers, which is going to sound terrible.
Yeah.
But at some point they'll go into. But let's keep it slow. Let's slow it down and not over. Let's not shoot too far because we've got so many unfinished projects. It's ridiculous. Anyways, stay tuned. We'll be doing an unboxing on these shortly and take you into the world of that. The artwork didn't get updated. It happens. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
it's okay. I forgive you. I'm perfectly okay with it. I will not lose one iota of sleep. And
but the good thing is, like, when they call, it's like, no, it's actually more power. Boom.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
What do you think about that? Yeah, exactly. Boom.
Hello, Herman.
Yeah. He's your soul animal.
No.
Curious about the ARC DSP controllers in development, like the Moscone, Helix, Audison, and Museway. Just a dial with multiple functions. I mean, the easiest answer to this would be like, sure, but no. See, as you notice, Brad went strangely quiet right now because he's like, I don't know how to say this. Let's just say it's going to be really cool. You guys
He's
are going to
put
like
a picture
it.
right now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I have it on my phone.
I know.
It's going to be really cool. You guys are going to like it. It solves a lot of headaches for them, for us, for you. If you're a dial guy, you're going to love this thing. Let's just leave it like that.
Leave it like that. Yeah, for sure.
It's coming. It's coming.
All right. So Frank has a question.
Can you plug that into a power supply easier than others? So it has 330 amp fuses. Unlike the DSPs, like the standalone DSP, like all these, not this one, but that one. That one has an input that you can just plug a standard 5 amp, 12 volt, wall socket thingy into and use on anything that has power. But you would probably want something that has depending on what you're going to run with it, you'd probably want something that has a decent amount of power if you're going to be railing on this. But I mean, sure, I guess. I don't know. I mean, we have lots of power. So, but yeah, you'd want a clean power supply for sure. Okay.
Clean power, so all right, so
it's okay, Ken. It's okay. But thanks for coming. You'll be good. When you turn the knob up on the Epicenter, does it change the RCA voltage, or is it just a hot signal and it's like, okay? No, it's definitely changing the voltage because it's increasing the amount of signal that's passing through. It's increasing the amount of signal. So yes, the voltage is increasing. Oh yeah, I mean, that's why it's getting louder. Because it would technically not get any louder. The only way to get louder is to increase the voltage somewhere, right? Because signal is voltage. Signal is AC voltage. So in order to make something louder, now the loudness is happening here, okay? So you're increasing your voltage. Now, if you're just talking about overall output voltage, it is going to go up just by nature just the nature of bringing everything up and around. What happened? Oh,
it kicked me out.
It kicked you out. We're done with you. So yeah, and that's the thing with an Epicenter, which makes it's impossibly hard to set up an Epicenter like playing a test tone. You're like, I'm going to play a 40 hertz test tone and set the gains. Good luck, because it's not going to work, because it's not looking at that. It's music. It's looking at a wide variety of sound. That's why it says, play at least 160 hertz and below into it or more, because it's doing all of this. So now the nice thing is with the new Epicenter Micro Pro, it does have peak light indicators on the input and the output. Okay, so as you're turning it up, you're probably not going to get the input indicator to come on, but you'll definitely get the output indicator to come on. So you can play different music and kind of get an idea of what's happening. Now, the other thing the Epicenter Micro does, like all Epicenters, is the middle light, the little blinky middle light, that's just effect. So that has nothing to do with distortion or clipping or anything. It's just telling you it's working. A lot of people get excited about that. They go, oh, there's a light on, it's bad. It's like, no. It's just there to, they've always done that. It's just a light to ooh, look, it's doing its magic.
Everybody loves lights.
But yeah, it's definitely increasing the voltage.
All right. So hang on, I had this one. Brad replied to Frank.
Amazon means 600 volt, 12 amp power supply is cheap.
There you go.
So there you go. There's Brad's recommendation on. No, see, there you go. See, we changed subject from knob to something else, and he's like, "Oh, I can answer this." Yeah. So yeah, definitely check that out. Do you want anything for drive tonight?
A pillow.
Pillow. No, I'm good. I have. I'll grab a vitamin water when I get home.
I would grab a pillow.
I don't need a pillow to fall asleep, bro.
No,
no, man.
No. You're like.
Oh yeah,
to the lady,
yeah.
You're like.
Oh yeah, I didn't do that. No, I've learned. No, because if you notice, I rest my arms like this.
I know.
And I can.
And then when you feel it, you're like.
No, I'll go like this. I don't do this anymore.
Yeah, you would.
Well, that's just because the plane.
I was tired, so I just went like this.
Yeah, I know. I tried.
And the lady in front of me almost crushed my head.
With... There was a. Dude, the guy in front of me was a big dude.
7.
Yeah, he was monstrous.
He was not 7, but he was.
He was a bit his neck was here on the back of the seat. He was like right here.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's a big guy.
Yeah.
And I was trying to do this, and I'm like, I can't. I'm like too close to his head.
Yeah.
It just wasn't working. Hold on. What is Austin saying? Where and how is it stated preamp voltage from head unit manufacturers come up with? So most of them just kind of put it in the specifications, is that they'll say, max voltage output 4 volts, 5 volts, or something like that. Now here's the caveat, right? So here's the fun in it all. What does that actually mean? And when are you actually getting it, right? So will it do 5 volts of output? Maybe. Hopefully. If all things go well. But the reality is that it's at a specific volume on the radio. And some of them rely on you actually having bass and treble on, like boosted, to get the 4 volts of output on it. On a high-end radio, this isn't a big deal. If you're looking at like an 850, a 958, or an 958, 908, Sony 9000,
95,000, yeah,
9500, probably the really expensive Pioneer, maybe not though.
The JVC.
Those have discrete preamp sections. So when you're, and that's another thing they really don't talk about. Do I have a discrete preamp or not? Because a lot of these inexpensive radios, it's a chipped amplifier preamp all in one.
What is a discrete?
Discrete means it's by itself. So you have a amplifier chip that is just powering the speakers, and over here you have a preamp circuit that is just powering the RCAs, and all of them come to the analog or digital analog converter, or analog digital. Yeah, no, digital analog converter. So everything comes here, and then it goes like this. And the cheap radios, all sources come here, and they just go right into on chip, and those are the ones that suck. So, because really all it is a high level to low level adapter that's built into the chip that the RCAs are drawing from, and so it's stepping down the voltage. So, like which high level to low level does, so that at 35 or 30 whatever it is on the volume, it's putting out a certain amount of voltage that they hope is close to like 4 volts. But it's choked. So, and this is always the funny one, because Kicker always talks about just, our amplifiers take 1 million watts of input. We should hook it up to the speaker level outputs. And it's like, you could do that, sure. But then you're going to have to only turn it up to 23 or 24 on the volume, because that's when that thing taps out. At least you can get like 30, 35, which means you're going to have a wider range if you just use the RCAs. They're not great, but you didn't buy a great radio in the first place, so who cares? But on a higher end unit, you definitely don't want to use that, because there's a discrete preamp. So the preamp is awesome, as opposed to shitty amplifier chip thingy. The new Falcon amp threw a wrench in all my upgrade plans.
I love that. Yeah.
Sorry, man. We wanted to talk about it more, but they're like, no, don't do that. Since we are RCA voltage topic, yes, the Amp Pro is 4 to 5 volts. When does it get there the same high volume or max volume? So voltage output is volume. Okay, so at max volume, like if you turn the number all the way up to 40, in a perfect world, what you would want is that's where 5 volts happens. Okay, undistorted, unclipped, 5 volts of output would happen right there. All right, because keep in mind, a 5 volt pre-out is just telling you it's going to start down here at 0. It's going to go all the way up to 5 volt, which should be the maximum amount of output you get from it. That's how that works. So you should not be getting 5 volts here on the volume knob. You should be getting 5 volts here, because that's how you get volume. Volume starts at 0 voltage, then it goes 1 volt, 2 volt, 3 volt, 4 volt, 5 volt. Now, the reason why they put the switch on there is because some amplifier manufacturers don't like 5 volts of input. So you can turn it's a step down. You can turn it down. Now, keep in mind, all this goes out the window if you just do a Toslink connector. So, and as we learned when Ernie was here, the only ones that have Toslink connectors built into them are the ones that are automatic, or that are taking the signal from the digital, meaning they're dealing with a digital signal, and inside of it is the digital to analog converter to go over to those RCAs. So if it has a Toslink built in and you take the Toslink out, you're getting the digital signal that is coming directly from the radio, and it is not being, there's no DAC. There's no, because it's, and then you put into a really nice DSP and you get amazing sound. Have you done the audio control PNW components in a three-way set with their crossover? Is it worth it, or put the money into something else? Ooh. So what he's talking about is...
Do you have it?
Yes, of course. I just don't know where it's at.
That's a good question.
Ah, here it is.
Be careful.
I am. Bro, I gotta go to Disney. I can't help myself. All right, so what he's talking about is this guy right here, which we did do a video on. All right, this is the PNW XN3 three-way crossover for the PNW speakers. Now, this allows you to take a lot of 2-channel power, put it into a passive crossover, and have some adjustment capability. So you can also take 6 channels into this. So you can take 1 channel, or I'm sorry, pair of channels, 2, 4 channels, or 6 channels of power go into this. So if you had a 4-channel amp and you're like, oh man, I only have a 4-channel amp, but I want to do a 3-way set. No problem. You can run 4 channels into this. Channels 1 and 2 can do the tweeter and the mid-range, and channels 3 and 4 can do just the mid-bass. So this was actually a really cool idea that allowed you to get more channels out of, let's say, a smaller system, and keep your 3-way. And inside of it, you have, of course, all your jumpers, and then you have your cuts. So one of the nice things about going with multiple amplifier circuits is that you have volume control capability. So on the side of this has the ability to do 0, -3, -6. So this allows you to tailor the output so that the tweeter and the mid-range are more appropriately matched, because the mid-range is typically louder than the tweeter. It just happens that way. So you might want to turn down the mid-range, let's say -3 dB, so that the tweeter doesn't get overshadowed by the mid-range, if you're a tiki-tiki guy. And if it's all on 2-channel, then you might want to take let's say you take the tweeters down 3, you take the mid-range down 6, and you leave the mid-bass at 0. That gives you more impactful mid-bass, right? So you got some ability to play with it there. Or there's a lot of options. Like if it's too close to here, you can turn this one to -3. You can leave that one at 0. There's a whole bunch of fun things to do. This was an inexpensive way if you already had, let's say, a 4-channel, 2-channel, 6-channel amp, and you wanted to do these things and your amplifier doesn't have the capability of doing it actively. Now, with that being said, an active system is always going to be better, period. It's just what it is, because you have different types of crossovers to choose from, Linkwitz, Butterworth, different slopes, 12, 24, 36, 48, as well as an infinite amount of volume control for both right and left sides, or if it's it's going to be a DSP at some point. Sure. But if you don't, and you're like, I just don't want to get into that deep of the budget, then this is an awesome alternative for it, and it is pretty cool. And this is a prototype, so you can't have it.
Holy moly!
What? Oh, old pics. Oh my God! Look at all your hair.
I used to have hair.
Ooh, look at that shirt you're wearing.
I know, man.
That's so funny.
Wow.
Look at Sue. She's just doing silly stuff. If I wanted to install an Arc Audio Blackbird to a 2025 VW Atlas non-premium, do I need LGD greens or 10 ohm? You need 10 ohm. Those are purple, and they're sold by Metra.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, if you can't get them, let us know. Give Paul a call. He'll gladly sell you some. But yes, so that has the dreaded SB. It needs load. It needs 10 ohm. You can either do 230 or 220s greens stacked into one another, which is going to take a lot of space, or you just get the 10 ohms, the purples from Metra, which is what I would recommend doing. So, yeah. Or you could buy the Focal high level to low level adapter. That also has it, and I think the Helix also has their high level to low level adapter.
Has low resistors.
Yeah, has the appropriate SB load resistors built into it.
It's not like the Audison also has.
No,
doesn't.
I have the audio control Epicenter and audio control DSP. What comes first, DSP then Epicenter, or Epicenter then DSP? This is one of those questions that gets asked a million times. We've actually done a video on it to explain it and why we recommend doing it the way we do. It all depends. There's 101 ways that you can do this right and wrong, but the reality is it all depends on the source unit, okay? If your source unit is RCA's, audio control recommends, and there again, do you have an outboard sub-amp? Or is it you have 6 channels of input and you have that can plug into it? So it really just varies on what you're doing. If it's a high-level input, then obviously you can't be in front of the signal, so it has to go somewhere else. No matter what is happening, no matter what you're doing, in my world, and this is the only world that matters to me, is my Epicenter always comes before the subwoofer amplifier only, okay? Now, if there's a DSP in front of that or anything else in front of that, I make sure that that signal is as full range as I can make it. So if I'm coming out of the DSP, then I turn the low-pass filter off. and I use the crossover that is in my sub amp. This will work. This is what it's made to do. So yeah, that's where that's at. Now, if you have a radio that has RC outputs and you're just going to, let's say, a 6-channel amp or a 5-channel amp, then you're going to come out of the output of the radio into the epicenter, into the DSP, into 5 and 6, which are the sub inputs. That also makes sense too, because there again, you're coming into that sub channel. So it's always going right before the sub channels. Hi, where can I find the radio system wiring schematics for 2016 Ford Taurus Limited with the 9-speaker system, but it's not the Sony setup? I don't know if there is a factory amp, nor can I find one. It's in the trunk. It's in the trunk. Everything is in the trunk. Here's the thing. 2016 Ford Taurus, go to Metra, and they have a dash kit for that. The dash kit will tell you where everything is at. So just go to metraonline.com and pull up the dash kit. Look at the instruction manual for the dash kit, and they'll tell you where to get everything. It's all right there, you know. And they have plugs, so they got parts for that.
Mm-hmm.
So they should, anyways.
Sometimes in the forums you find some people.
You can also, if it's 2016 and it's an 8-inch screen, that might also be iData. So you could also try iData and see what they have for their schematics as far as where everything is at, because they'll tell you also. So one of those two, because I think a 16 might actually be the 8-inch touchscreen, non-Sony, and that's the direct replacement piece. So yeah. But yep, that's where I would start. I have a kicker, and I have another kicker, 8-inch thin down-firing enclosure. My question is, can I replace the passive radiator with a subwoofer? Thank you for all your help. No, hell no, no, not even a chance. No, that's not, the box isn't big enough for that. Passive radiator in that box is actually acting as a port. It's really what it's doing. Okay, so the passive radiator was not the original kicker enclosure back in the day. Steve used passive radiators in order to get more bass, because it's a moving surface, which means if it's moving, it's creating sound, it's making bass, everyone is happy. When they came out of the down-firing enclosure, they said, hey, let's go back to the passive radiator because it allows us to get more bass out of the box than a sealed enclosure, not quite as much as a ported enclosure, but still gives us that deep, full, bassy sound. So every time that subwoofer moves, the box gets a little bigger, and that moves some more air. It couples with the mid-range, couples with the other subwoofer because it's weighted, and you get more bass out of the enclosure. Now, if you were to put another subwoofer in there, you would cut the airspace in half, which is way too small for that subwoofer, let alone 2 of those subwoofers, and it would probably just blow the subwoofer or sound very bad. So no, do not do that. Buy a second one. Stack it on top of it.
You want to change your...
Sure. We'll end it on this one.
Leave, yeah.
Yeah. So we're almost there. Focal Flax. Find them at focal.com. Focalamerica.com. Focal Flax Evos. That tweeter fits. It's the best tweeter ever. Love it. Just snaps right into a Ford.
Fantastic.
So fantastic.
Yeah.
Go to Sounds Good Stereo. Pick up your brackets. Just twist them right in. Okay, so Toslink is the way to go if feeding a DSP that accepts it, obviously, then could get 4 to 5 volts at any volume. No, you're not going to get 4 to 5 volts unless the volume is turned up all the way. The voltage output is a maximum output. Your voltage range is 0 to 5 volts. When you turn the volume down on the volume knob, the voltage that is coming out of the amplifier is what is making that volume quieter. So, for example, if I turn my volume up to 15 and my radio is putting out 1.5 volts, it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. If it was putting out 5 volts, it would be at max volume all the time. The volume knob would not work. So 5 volts is always the maximum amount of power. Just like an amplifier says it's a 150 watt amp, it's only putting out 150 watts at maximum output. The 5 volt works the exact same. It's the maximum amount of output that it can put out so that your amplifier can give you the maximum amount of wattage, knowing that the input is 5 volts. So the only time you're going to get 5 volts out of anything is at maximum volume, because otherwise you wouldn't have a volume control. So, and there's a real easy way to test this. If you'd like to see it in action, like if you're like, I need to see this to understand visual, get a voltmeter. Sure, I mean, if you don't have one, I hope you have one. Get a voltmeter, play like, I don't know, 100 hertz, something in the middle there, not too crazy, like 100 hertz test tone from your phone. Okay, go to the output of any speaker, go anywhere and get the voltage. Okay, and just get a voltage. All right, so turn the volume down. The volume should be at a low voltage. If it's all the way down, it should be next to 0. And then start turning the voltage up, playing that 100 hertz test tone. And what you'll see is the voltage will obviously go slow. Don't go fast, because your voltmeters aren't that quick. And so what will happen is that you'll start to see the numbers start to go up, start to get more and more and more and more. And then it's like, oh, okay. And then once you get all the way to the max, that is your maximum voltage output on that channel. And then it'll tell you. Now, depending on all of the things, there's a lot of things that are going to, like, we're not looking to get 5 volts. We're just so you can visually see what the heck is going on and understand why the 5 volts is the end number, not the constant of what it needs to be.
Yeah.
Yes. So, yes, definitely put on AC current. Thank you. Thank you, Austin. So AC, not DC, because DC is not sound. AC is sound. Do you get requests for footwell subwoofer installations?
All the time.
We do?
No.
I was saying, no, we never do.
No.
That's a very niche thing.
It's a very sound quality stuff.
It's very niche-y.
Yeah.
I hope I have a good time off too. I use my doors. Doors suck. Okay, Frank. Yeah, I got one. Give it a test. It's something fun to do, to just see how this works. And then you'll be like, oh, crap, this makes sense. Mm-hmm. So another scenario where this is important. Okay, what are some of the best 8-inch mid-bass that work well indoors? Okay, so there's a bunch of them. Morel makes an integration 8-inch. You go to morelhifi.com, check out the integration 8-inch, which is, there again, reasonably priced. Alpine has an S-type. It works, I guess. Helix has a new 8-inch mid-bass. It's it's phenomenal. We didn't get to Moscone Gladen. We talked about Moscone instead of Gladen. Gladen has the new Zeta 8-inch. Damn, heard that this weekend. Damn, it was impressive. That's the Zeta from Gladen. But there's a bunch of them out there from mild to holy shit. So check it out. Now, what I was gonna say is, why voltage output is important, and why, like in a lot of the videos that we show you how to hook up like a high level to low level, or integrate with a factory radio, is we'll always do a voltage test and an AC voltage test, just so we make that clear. Is that if you're hooking up a high level to low level adapter, or you're going into an amplifier will have a minimum maximum amount of voltage that it can properly work in. And so, for example, if you picked up like a kicker amplifier, it has 40 volts of input, whereas like the older Rockford amplifier has, like a Punch, has 10 volts, maybe 11 volts of input. Okay. Now, why that's important is because let's say I'm hooking it into a car and like a Bose system. All right. I need to know what the output voltage is at max volume of that Bose system. So I'm going to play a 40 hertz test track, 0 dB, it's got to be 0 dB. So I'm going to play 40 hertz test tone, 50 hertz, 60, 70, 80 hertz test tone. And I'm going to have my voltmeter in the back set to min max, and I'm going to just crank it up. Or if I'm in the back and he's in the front, then I'll just stare at it and watch it happen. And we're gonna rail on it, because we need to see what does that voltage output come up to. In the case of like a Bose system, it might come up to 22, 24 volts of output. All right, so what that's telling me is that if I hook it up to that amplifier that has 10 volts of input, guess what's going to happen? I'm gonna screw that amplifier up. Or if I have a cheap high level to low level adapter, some generic ass shit, little white crappy ones, I'm going to set that thing on fire because it's only made to take, let's say, 8 volts. And I'm going to put 24 volts into it. Bernie, here I come. Fire, fire. Yeah. So that's why that's so important, is to match those things up. That's why Kicker makes there's 40 volts, because there isn't anything that we've found so far over 40 volts of input or output to go into it. So there's a lot of reasons why you meter these things to see what is happening. And once you've done it, then it'll kind of click and you'll be like, oh, this makes a lot of sense. That's what gain and volume are. It's just you're changing voltage. You know, back in the good old days before we got all these fancy swaggy, you know, A to B and most over copper and most over ether and CAN and LAN and ham and cheese sandwich and all that.
Yeah.
You just had variable voltage output in the radio. So like Nissans, I think some of the Nissans actually still do it, where it's just a preamp section and you put a voltmeter on it, you play a test tone and it goes from 0 to like 5 volts. And you're like,
Honda, no?
No, Honda doesn't do that. Honda used to do that.
Yeah,
Honda used to do that. And then they went to digital. So I think theirs was most too. Either who knows? AVB. There's another fun one.
Yeah, that was the old car stereo.
Yeah. So like, yeah, Honda's just have it. So it was like, oh my God, look, it's 5 volts of output. You'd literally just solder some RCAs on it and be done.
We did it all the time.
It was fantastic. Like, oh my God. And then, yeah, boom, life is great. Not anymore. Not anymore.
Sad. So sad.
They've ruined it all.
Yeah. That's it.
JL Audio Fix OEM integration DSP job? No, don't use a fix. The fix can't handle a modern car. If you have an old car, sure, but a modern car, fix isn't going to do the job.
Fix is not fixed.
Fix will not fix it.
Not this.
Yeah, it's not going to do it.
You get better technology now.
Yeah, they need to update that really bad. It was a great piece, but it is not evolved.
Need to. It's like now they have the.
This JL needs to fix theirs. I mean, we just going to put a key lock in there, or we're just going to sell you.
Anymore.
I'm sorry. Garmin needs to make a better version of this. I'm sorry. My bad. Okay. Anyways. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Hey, listen, guys, that's the show. We're really tired. We're going to go. Thank you guys for spending your Saturday with us. We hope you've had a wonderful time. Thank you for asking fun little inciting questions. And if we didn't get to your question, guess what? We'll be back Monday. We can do it all over again. We can all have a bunch of fun. Hit the applause button. Yeah. See, we'll be back Monday. Yeah, do it all. We'd like to thank Focal, Moscone, Gladen, ARC, Audio Control, and all of you for coming here today and spending some time with us. Monday is a holiday here, and we get it off. We won't be doing this Monday now that I just said that. So we won't be doing this Monday. I will not be here. You will not be here. We just got back and we're leaving. So you guys have a fantastic holiday weekend. Please be safe, people.
Yes.
The airports were crazy today.
Oh my
Dude, 5 o'clock in the morning, airports were packed. It was packed.
Crazy. Oh,
and they were stupid people.
It's a lot of people they lost.
Dude, people in Tennessee ain't too bright when it comes to the airport. I'm telling you that right now.
Cars.
I have never had so many calls for people like, hey, by the way, come pick up your kids at TSA checkpoint. Come pick up your luggage at dude. People are literally putting their luggage into the TSA and walking away.
Yeah.
Like in cars, like they announced the cars in the airport. Like, hey, will the idiot in the white Mercedes come move their car? We're gonna tow it. Monday is barbecue day. Oh, ooh, fantastic! I expect pictures. Just saying, I expect pictures.
Party in Brad house.
Going to Modesto. All right, guys. You have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you, guys.
Peace out. Bye.